up, BA, but he comes into this at 16 2/3 scoreless. Faced the Phillies 3 weeks ago. They know they got their work cut out for him. And then offensively, do I need me to talk about it? 146 runs scored, 55 home runs. This guy was born for this moment, and we're about to see it.
2 home runs in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series. The Dodgers advance past the Cincinnati Reds. All right, now let's beg the question. This is Shohei Ohtani's first ever postseason start. He is the leadoff hitter, and he's going to be at the plate shortly. His routine is very interesting now as he makes his way back to the dugout.
I mean, this is Little League, right? Like, this is high school ball here. You come, you warm up, you come in, you give high fives, and then instead of usually you sit down for 10, 15 minutes, no, he's got to go over. He's got to get his batting gloves. Look at him. He's getting some new ones fresh out of the bag, of course, for the Game 1. And here he is now on deck. So it's just a completely different thing. But if there's one guy that can handle it, and we talk about it, Dave Roberts tells us he is so routine-oriented. He knows the moment. He's ready.
He is awaiting Christopher Sanchez to take the mound and the Phillies to hit the field. Here's how Dave Roberts lines him up today. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez in the middle. Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, and then Kike Hernandez. It is the first postseason start for Alex Call. He gets the start in left field. Andy Pages in center with Ben Rortvedt behind the plate. Will Smith is available. Dave Roberts says a pretty good chance you're going to see him in this game. Could be a pinch hitter later in this one. And those are the numbers at home at Citizens Bank Park for one of the emerging stars on the mound for the Phillies, the 6'6" Christopher Sanchez.
Oh, what's amazing is you talk about Ohtani, 7 pitches. Sanchez, different, 3 pitches. He's coming at you with the sinker. He's got that slider, but his pitch is that changeup. 130 strikeouts this year. Guys just cannot adjust to it. Here at home, like you said, has not lost in over a year at Citizens Bank.
He'll be a top 3 finisher in the National League Cy Young Award. And how about the defense behind him? Looks like Rob Thompson is going with his best defensive group, Jeff.
Well, it's gold behind the plate. JT Realmuto, one of the best. Alec Bohm back from injury now for 9 games. Trey Turner back at short. Bryson Stott, and of course Bryce Harper over at first base. Great infield defense. And then the outfield, Brandon Marsh, hot as can be in left field. Harrison Bader really kind of got this defense going in center, his Gold Glove. And Max Kepler tonight gets a start in right for the Phillies.
Remember, in the postseason, it's a 6-man umpiring crew. Congratulations to these guys for making it to the postseason, getting the assignment. Nestor Ceja wearing mask cam for us tonight. He's the home plate umpire. Adrian Johnson and Nick Lentz at first and second. That's Mark Wagner. He's the crew chief in his 16th postseason. There's Mark. And the 2 outfield umpires, Jim Wolf, got the guns covered up here tonight. Dan Merzel in his very first postseason. All the pieces in place on a picture-perfect night. Look at that sky. It is Philadelphia red in this red October, and we're ready for baseball in Game 1 of this National League Division Series. Christopher Sanchez ready to work. Ohtani ready to go. And we're underway. And you had a hunch Ohtani was going to be ambush mode right there.
Is there any other way that was going to open than a sinker coming in and Ohtani swinging?
No player like Shohei Ohtani. And on display in a big way for the Dodgers this postseason. Sanchez with a changeup. That's his signature pitch, Frenchie. We're going to see a lot of those.
It's the same coming out of the arm as that sinker. Sinker first pitch to Ohtani, 95. That 187, and just swings over the top. That's why he's got as I said, 130 strikeouts on that pitch.
Starts with a bang. Sanchez strikes out Ohtani on the changeup.
And you're just coming back, same location, same pitch, and you see how far out in front Ohtani's bat is right there. You think that sinker's coming in, and just changeup never gets there.
When everything is amped. First, now Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He'll be the MVP this year in the National League. It'll be his 4th and his 3rd straight.
You didn't know how it was going to go for him pitching-wise. Built back up, first start of the year, June 16th, and as Dave Roberts said, he is built and ready to go.
Trey Turner back on the active roster, got back the final game of the season for the Phillies. He has been dealing with a hamstring issue, and it shut him down a good part of the month. First week of September, injured that hamstring. A speed player and a former Dodger. Turner, the batting champion in the National League this year. He split time between Washington and Los Angeles a few years back, won a batting title that year as well. The 1-1. 1-2 the count.
Funny enough, you've got his main 3 pitches right off the bat. That, of course, the four-seamer. You saw the sweeper to start the game and the slider. Those are his 3 main pitches. Obviously, has a total of 7 he can throw at any time.
Just missed. Ohtani, his fastball is at its best right now. All the metrics show that velocity, the spin of it, the RPMs. There's no more reins on him as he strikes out Trey Turner. And that's how Ohtani starts his night.
Right here you can see just throws that sweeper, and it's all location. That ball's middle in, and Turner can hit it. Instead, it's right on the corner.
Ohtani is riding a long scoreless streak himself going back to the regular season. As Schwarber, little half swing, a strike. 16 2/3 scoreless innings for Ohtani. He's been dominant on the mound, obviously dominant at the plate, 55 homers. And the guy who was 1 home run ahead of him this year, Kyle Schwarber, hitting second in this Phillies lineup. He went, says home plate umpire Nestor Ceja, and it's quickly 0-2.
So far, I think you can see both of these offenses, right? A little anxious, but both these pitchers already, you can tell, settled in.
In most years, Schwarber might have won the most valuable player in a league with the numbers he put up. 56 homers, led the league, 132 runs batted in, did the same. But that's going to belong to Ohtani this year. And that one misses low. First postseason start ever for Shohei Ohtani, but he has pitched in some big games in his life. In Japan and in the World Baseball Classic. Schwarber, high fly ball to right. Towering fly ball that Hernandez squeezes for out number 2. Just missed it a click. Did Kyle Schwarber. So you've met Turner and Schwarber. Bryce Harper coming up now. Rob Thompson has Alec Bohm, Brandon Marsh, and JT Realmuto in the middle, with Max Kepler getting the start in right. Nick Castellanos will start on the bench. Harrison Bader in center, and Bryson Stott is the second baseman.
That was a big league fly ball by Schwarber.
It was.
Wow.
Harper on the first pitch, a cut to miss.
And you talked about it, his fastball velocity for the first time in his career above average spin rate with the RPMs, and his strikeout rate is also the highest it's been on that pitch.
Little tapper, Ohtani, no problem. And a 1-2-3 inning, great start for Shohei Ohtani in his first postseason inning. We are off and running. Game 1, NLDS, Dodgers coming up. Is your home for live betting, and new customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app, use the promo code HEAT when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Shohei Ohtani back on the mound. We go to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless. Dodgers just stranded 2. Christopher Sanchez picked up his 3rd strikeout, striking out Andy Pages to end the inning. And Alec Bohm leads off for the Phillies. Bohm, Brandon Marsh, JT Realmuto will start it for Philadelphia. Shohei with 12 pitches in the first inning, had 5 swings and misses. Throwing 98 miles an hour here while he is the leadoff hitter.
Bohm, one of the hottest Phillies hitters. Obviously that stint on the IL, BA, but 9 games to finish the regular season. 459 with an 1178 OPS. peaking at the right time.
Three balls and a strike on Bohm. With 11 homers this year, he drove in 59. Man, big swing and a miss. Big fastball from Ohtani.
I asked 5 or 6 Phillies hitters yesterday, Bohm included, what's the key with Ohtani? You can't miss the fastball. Now there you got a 3-1 count right there.
Perfectly placed. And he misses inside. Ohtani, his first base runner, as Bohm draws the walk. And we check in with Lauren Shahadi.
And Brian, we heard Dave Roberts say, perfect world, I need 6 or 7 from Shohei. He told me, I'm going to ride my starters as long as I can. I have to. He said, Shohei, it's such a machine that he wants to know how many innings he's going because he wants to make sure he has 98, like you said, 99, 100 left for his last inning on the mound. So he works backward. Dave needs me 6 or 7. I'm going to make sure my last pitch is as dialed up as my first.
And Lauren, that is a great point. Look, in years past, we've seen this Dodgers team loaded, stacked bullpen. Not so much this year. Even Dave Roberts has said it. He knows the strength of his team is in those 4 starters' arms, and he's going to ride it. We saw that, BA, in the wild card series. I mean, how many times last year? 2 times, and I think of the 11 wins, the Dodgers starters in the postseason went 6+. Already this year, both Snell and Yamamoto.
Their game plan has changed completely. And you've got Clayton Kershaw and Glasnow in the bullpen available as well. Glasnow perhaps will be available to start Game 4 if we get to that point of this series. He is available in the bullpen tonight to back up Ohtani. Brandon Marsh with a runner at first. He's ahead of the count. And Marsh with a good hack fouls it back 2-2 now.
You know, this Phillies offense has really taken off in the second half. Stott, huge second half. Marsh, huge second half. 881 OPS this second half, and really gotten to the point where he's almost playing every day now, even versus left-handed hitters, which has never happened for him.
Phillies offense, middle of the pack before the All-Star break. Post-All-Star break, a different story, and Marsh with a base hit. And a walk and a single to start the second inning for the Phillies.
Now, what do they say? Don't miss the fastball. He got one down in the zone right there that Marsh could handle and lined it right back up the middle. So both pitchers in the first inning, absolute electric. Second inning, there's some traffic now.
Dodgers stranded 2 in the top of this inning. Now the Phillies with 2 on, nobody out for JT Realmuto. Been a slumping hitter. He probably could have used a break. A player caught more innings than Realmuto, a workhorse behind the plate. But hitting just $178 in his last 30 games. Hoping for a fresh start here in the postseason. There's a shot into right center, a base hit. Bohm around third, he'll score. That ball goes to the wall. Right behind Bohm is Brandon Marsh. Realmuto to third with a belly flop. Throw gets away. Stays in play. 2 RBI triple for JT Realmuto. And the Phillies strike first in Game 1.
Well, again, you look, it's just a fastball. Realmuto kind of opens those hips and drives it. I was surprised right here, BA. Watch this in right center. Hernandez kind of at the end, I don't know if he took a bad angle on it, but this was a ball that I can't believe got all the way to the wall. And Realmuto, although he runs okay, gets a triple.
His first career postseason triple. He had 1 triple in the regular season. He drives in a pair. The Phillies lead 2-0. And Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, makes an early visit to the mound with Shohei Ohtani. Realmuto cooked this ball off Ohtani, though.
112 off the bat. And as you talked about it, a real struggle down the stretch, but Guy catches every day. CA, and you made a great point. That 5-6 day break for him probably got him well rested, and this place just exploded on that gapper.
First runs Shohei Ohtani has allowed as a pitcher since August 27th. He had gone 17 2/3 scoreless innings. Nobody out. Runner at third. Dodgers bring their infield in. And Max Kepler, who gets to start in right field for Castellanos tonight, finds himself in a big spot.
And I think for Ohtani, he's got to get back to pitching a little bit. You saw that first pitch to Kepler, 101. That's not sustainable for him to live in that area. And that
Kepler, patient hitter. Sensing Ohtani may be a little rattled here in this second inning. Leadoff walk by Bohm. Marsh with a single. Real Muto a triple. And a swing and a miss. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Shohei Ohtani. He's in get out of a jam mode right now. Right off the end of the bat, Real Muto stays put, and Hernandez makes a play. There's the first out of the inning. To Oscar Hernandez, Frenchie, he's a liability in right field. May have cost him here.
I look at this at the end. I'm just kind of gave up on it, it looks like. And then Pages, the ball goes all the way to the wall to allow him to get to third. And, you know, we saw that game, too, where he dropped that ball in right field in Chavez Ravine. And that's one of those right there. Obviously, as you said, he's not as talented defensively as the other two. But you got to get a better angle right there on that ball.
First ball swinging, Harrison Bader, and a couple of former Twins back-to-back in the batting order. Kepler, the free agent signed. Bader was a trade deadline acquisition, and Bader has really made an impact in Philadelphia, settled their outfield situation. And he sends one into left field. Back on it is called. Deep fly ball out, plenty deep to score JT Real Muto. And it's 3-0 as Harrison Bader with his first Phillies RBI in the postseason.
Now, what a great job right there. One out, you probably had contact going here, but you knew you just wanted something to the outfield. And he almost just missed a 2-run homer, but to tack on this run right here and get that third was huge. And you talk about Bader, BA, you know, at the deadline, you always talk about bigger names sometimes, the guy. He has been huge to this Philadelphia team, not only defensively, but offensively.
He's brought it, and he's been a part of a lot of postseasons in the past. Oh. Number 9 hitter, Bryson Stott. 3 runs are in for the Phillies. We welcome all of you just coming over to us here on TBS from Fox, where the Blue Jays take care of business in Game 1. They beat the Yankees 10-1. A couple of lopsided scores in the first 2 games of a quadruple header of Major League postseason baseball today. Brewers beat the Cubs 9-3. Jays over the Yanks 10-1. And here we are in Philadelphia for Dodgers-Phillies. Shohei Ohtani allowing a walk, 2 hits, and a sac fly in this second inning. 1-2 to Stott. And a swing and a foul tip right into the mid of Rourke-Vet, and that's the inning. But a big one for the Phillies. They put up a crooked number in the second. JT Real Muto, 2 RBI triple, a 3 spot for Philadelphia. We go to the third. Might have just clipped his toe there. Or Ohtani was going to make sure that was called a foul ball off the toe. Quick thinking. Payoff pitch again. Ohtani takes a cold strike 3. Christopher Sanchez painting with a fastball. Second strikeout of Ohtani tonight.
Unbelievable location right here. What an AB, what a matchup right here. Gets that first pitch change up over right here. Gets him here on the 1-1, of course. Works this thing back to 3-2. And then watch location here. Painted right away.
Here's Mookie. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. Phillies fans letting Ohtani hear it. Ohtani making his first career postseason pitching appearance. And he deals 99 to Trey Turner to start the bottom of the third. It's 3-0. Phillies score 3 in the second. 2 RBI triple by Real Muto and a sac fly from Harrison Bader. And Turner late on that one, fouls it away. Ball and a strike. The likely MVP against the batting champion in the National League, and Trey Turner. At 304 this year. What does Schwarber do next? Phillies are back at the top of their order. Second time around against Ohtani. Kike Hernandez for out number 1. Send it down to Lauren.
Brian, watching Trey run to first, you mentioned he strained his right hamstring September 7th, only played in 2 games since, but he told me I wasn't pushing it. To give you a little context, his average sprint speed is 30.3 feet per second, best in the game, right? Last game, he was at 25 feet per second, and I spoke with him yesterday. He said, I'm trying to be smart. I won't know if I can go 100% until I feel it in a playoff game. My gut says I'm okay.
And I think it'd be something to watch, Lauren, as we go, because 36 bags on the year for Trey Turner. So are we going to be able to see that at some point in October?
The hamstrings are tricky, especially get into October. The cooler weather, you're getting regular days off, which is helpful. In the National League this season, National League postseason, it's game 1, then an off day tomorrow. There will be no National League games tomorrow. So not only are you able to line up your pitching, but those who are hobbled or maybe a little compromised can get that day off. As Schwarber out front of a splitter from Ohtani. Players go to the tablets, watch their at-bats, pitch sequences, all that information available to them in the dugout. Ooh, Ohtani with a long dart.
And he tried to throw that splitter as hard as he could. Look, you go back to that first AB for Schwarber, a lot of high-velocity fastballs. Now he comes out curveball and then splitter.
Good block back there by Rordvet. Good habits. 1-2 the count on Schwarber. Got him. Ohtani. Another splitter. Went right back to it. Strikes out Schwarber. Shohei Ohtani with his 3rd K, and he gets the first 2 men out here in this 3rd inning.
Good pitch there. At the end of the day, Kyle Schwarber, BA slugged 728 against fastballs, and you saw him almost miss that one in the first. This time, curveball and 3 splitters.
Here's Bryce Harper now. Again, first ball swinging. Harper has cut it loose on the first pitch. Both trips to the plate against Ohtani. He hit a little tapper to Ohtani in the first inning. He was a little late on that one at 100 miles an hour right down the middle. And Ohtani impressive in the 3rd. Back to the splitter he goes. Back-to-back strikeouts of Schwarber and Harper. 3-0 Phillies after 3. Awards for tickets to the MLB postseason on Capital One Entertainment. Visit CapitalOne.com/entertainment for more information. Brian Anderson, Jeff Francoeur, Lauren Shahadi with you from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. An electric atmosphere as always. Dodgers and Phillies. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies scored all 3 of their runs in the second. Alec Bohm started that inning with a leadoff walk and scored the first run of the game.
I was going to say, it really was that second inning, kind of the bottom part of the order, middle to bottom, getting the job done. He's held these top 3, and Turner, Schwarber, and Harper 0 for 6 with 3 Ks tonight.
Ohtani gave up 2 hits, a walk, and a sac fly in that second inning, but he came right back, retired the top of the order in order with a couple of strikeouts of Schwarber and Harper on the splitter. As a hitter tonight, Ohtani is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Christopher Sanchez, 4 scoreless innings thus far with 5 Ks.
Oh, you know, right now watching these Phillies hitters, BA, they're you can tell trying to gear up for that fastball. They don't want to miss it. So any well-located off-speed pitch for Ohtani has kind of resulted in a swing and miss right now because of that.
Brandon Marsh due next, and Bohm on the ground. Mookie Betts ranges over, makes the play for out number 1. That's a full-time shortstop now. He graded out as one of the best defensive shortstops in the National League. For how you believe in the defensive metrics, sometimes they're not as trustworthy, but the bottom line is Betts has turned himself into a legitimate shortstop, a position he's always wanted to play. And we've seen him at that position over the last few years, or in the infield, but this was the first year that he could settle in as the everyday shortstop. He credits Miguel Rojas for a lot of mentorship, preparing him to play the position.
Yeah, and even throughout this year, right? We always heard whispers of him going back to the outfield, the struggles of Conforto. His offense not getting going. Should we move him back, get him going? But he's had a great year at short.
Brandon Marsh, a cut and a miss. There's the big curveball from Ohtani. You're starting to see the expanded arsenal of Shohei Ohtani. The guy who throws 100 just lobbed in a 79-mile-an-hour curve. And he drops another one in there for a called strike 3. Ohtani, he finds a pitch, he sticks with it, and he picks up his 5th strikeout. 2 gone here in the 4th. Wear what the players are wearing on the field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, and tees. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite postseason team gear.
It's funny, both these guys, JT Realmuto with the big hit, even though he's not had a great year. Most guys on both these teams, they've played in these type games year after year lately. I always feel like the narrative of the moment being too big doesn't really apply to a lot of these guys out here on the field.
4 straight postseason appearances for the Phillies, and Realmuto has been a significant reason why. Free agent at season's end. Realmuto had that 2 RBI triple. He had a triple on opening day this year in Washington, D.C., and then just had his first career postseason triple, driving in 2 runs against Ohtani. Ohtani has retired 8 in a row since, however. And the 0-2. Big bouncer. Nice easy hop for Kike Hernandez. And Shohei Ohtani has settled in now after a 3-run second. He's retired 9 straight. Phillies lead it 3-0. Christopher Sanchez, big hug for Harrison Bader. Made a beautiful diving catch. Will Smith stays in the game behind the plate. His first action in over a month. This will be curious times for the Dodgers. Probably more so tomorrow, which is an off day. See how he comes through this game. It is interesting, though, that Ohtani now has to work to a different catcher. Certainly a catcher he's familiar with, but a different catcher in the middle of his start.
Yeah, the way we've seen Ohtani throw the last 2 innings, BA, I don't know if it matters. The way he started this one.
Max Kepler late on it, fouls it away. Ohtani's retired 9 in a row. Got 4 strikeouts in the 9-in-a-row window, 5 overall, giving up the 3 runs on 2 hits and a sac fly in the second. 0-2 the count on Kepler.
It was impressive last inning with Sanchez. You give up that little single, and then Baez hit that ball pretty good, slicing away, and then you come out and you strike out Will Smith on 3 and get Ohtani looking for the 3rd strikeout of the night.
And Ohtani bores one in on the hand, strikes out Kepler to start the bottom of the 5th. Let's send it down to Lauren Shahadi.
Well, Will Smith behind the plate, and I'm told it's a pain tolerance thing. They were happy they didn't have to use him, Brian and Frenchie, as a pinch hitter in that wild card round. I saw him catch a bullpen yesterday, and Dave Roberts told me he's as close to 100% as he can be, but he said it's a long month if they advance, and they want to slow play it.
Well, and that's a great point, and that was the injury. It was on a follow-through, on a foul ball, I should say. Just clipped him right on the hand, which was left a little exposed. And I can't imagine a worse injury for the hitting side of Will Smith. And didn't discover there was a hairline fracture in it until another evaluation in an MRI. And that hit Bader. So Bader will reach, had a sac fly in the 2nd. Now he's hit by a pitch, and he is aboard with one away.
Yeah, just kind of a little backup. You can see it just nipped his jersey.
Ooh, I mean, barely clipped it.
Yeah.
Is reviewable. Dodgers will not review it. In the postseason, managers get an extra challenge. You get 2 challenges prior to the 8th inning, and then all crews, once you get past the 8th inning, are going to come together and take a look at any close call. So the Phillies have a runner on. Bryson Stott takes a strike on a big curve.
You know, finishing up what Lauren was saying on Will Smith, he was having an unbelievable offensive season, too. That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. He is a catcher. That's important. But he was middle hitter in this order.
Stott, line drive into center field, a base hit. Bryson Stott connects on the split finger fastball, and the Phillies in business here in the 5th with 2 on and 1 out.
We talked about it. This second half of the year, Marsh and Stott have really come on, and you can see Stott just goes out and pokes that one over Betts' head. Nice piece of hitting by the second baseman.
Hit batter in a
And you see Turner. He's getting ready for that fastball right there. Was trying to rush him a little bit. Great selection by Ohtani, a sweeper. And hit a soft line drive to Mookie Betts.
Anthony Banda loosening in the Dodger bullpen now. But it is Ohtani against Schwarber. Struck out Schwarber and Harper in the 3rd inning with splitters. And again, a warning here. Lester Ceja telling Ohtani to make sure the batter is attentive. 3-0 Phillies. 2 men aboard, 2 outs. And the All-Star Game MVP at the plate in Kyle Schwarber. Big swing and a miss.
Not only that, we got the 1st and 2nd place MVPs of this year. Hasn't been announced yet, but these 2 guys right here will be 1 and 2.
Feels like that's where it's headed. Schwarber, 21 career postseason homers, 4th all time. And a big swing, 100-mile-an-hour gas. And it's 0-2, power on power.
And those are the pitches Kyle Schwarber lives for right there. And that one, you see the ride on it up and Schwarber right under it.
See what he gives him here. Schwarber takes it low, back to the breaking ball.
I think that replay we just saw is what Ohtani's done with his fastball. So we talk about the RPMs. It's that little extra ride that you can see getting up in the zone, and hitters just can't catch up to it.
Ohtani's been a handful for Schwarber tonight. He's seen 13 pitches. He has 7 swings and misses already. And he takes a ball. Game-changing moment here. Schwarber with 56 homers. A long ball here would make it 6-0. Could be a put-away punch in the middle of this game. And Ohtani misses with a fastball. Full count.
And now the runner's going to get a head start and great speed on the bases with Bader and Stott.
Moment of truth for Shohei Ohtani. Bullpen is active. 2 outs in the 5th. And a swing and a miss. Schwarber strikes out. Ohtani gets him on the big curveball. Clutch strikeout for Ohtani. Keeps the Dodgers in this game 1. It's 3-0 Phillies. We go to the 6th. Dodgers coming to bat. He's been efficient as well. Only 59 pitches at this point with 2 outs in the 6th inning. 2 balls and a strike. And Edman, a shot into right field, a base hit. Freeman will stop at second. A walk and a single. The Dodgers will bring the tying run to the plate now in the 6th inning.
Well, good job by Edman right there. He finally got a changeup a little bit up, and look, at the end of the day, instead of, if he tries to pull that ball, probably rolls it over. Instead, he shoots it the other way. Something these Dodgers hitters have not been able to do tonight.
It's not Rob Thompson, it's Caleb Cotham out to the mound. There'll be at least one more hitter for Christopher Sanchez. 2 outs in the 6th, but now 2 men are on. Kike Hernandez coming to the plate. Some anxious moments here at Citizens Bank Park. Dodgers have big firepower. One of the most prolific offenses in the major leagues this year.
Rob Thompson, smart right here to leave Sanchez in against Hernandez.
Robertson's ready in the bullpen, but this is his aces game for now. Dodgers had the most comeback wins in the National League in the regular season, 48. Only Toronto had more in the major leagues. Kike Hernandez with 2 on and 2 out.
Now look, at the end of the day, Rob Thompson rode this starting staff hard this year, and that was the strength of this ball club. 3.53 ERA, first in the National League. 966 strikeouts from this starting staff, 100 more, and so you can see he's got confidence right here in Sanchez to try to get out of this.
He's missed on the first pitch strike. The last 3 batters, he's fallen behind. Hernandez line drive. That is going to be a fair ball. Freddie Freeman around third. He'll score easily. Tommy Edman being waved home, and he is in there without a throw. Kike Hernandez delivers in the postseason again. 2 RBI double. It's a 3-2 Phillies lead.
Tell you what, PA, it's incredible, man. We talked about it. Kike Hernandez hitting 203 on the year. Huge wild card series, and now right here gets a slider. We have not seen too many of these tonight. And right here trying to throw a little wrinkle into Hernandez and just hung this one. 109 off the bat. And actually, if you see Dino Abel down at third base, he was trying to hold Tommy Edman up because of his ankle. And Edman ran right through it. And like that, the Dodgers right back in this game, 3-2 Phillies.
2025 MLB postseason is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. And brought to you by Verizon. Shohei Ohtani back to work. New game now. Ohtani gets out of a jam. Gets a big strikeout of Schwarber to end the inning with 2 on. And then Kike Hernandez delivers 2 runs. He moves to left. Muncy stays in to play third. Bryce Harper leads off for the Phillies.
All night, Harper has been a tick late on that fastball from Ohtani. Just can't time it up right yet.
Ohtani back out for his 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Splitter's been good for Ohtani. He's got Harper 0 for 2 tonight. Struck him out last time up on that same pitch. The 1-2. See, Ohtani's tempo is quick as well. Vesia, one of the trusted relievers for Dave Roberts, beginning to loosen here in this 6th inning. And a swing and a miss. Ohtani with the curveball again. It's turned out to be one of his A pitches here lately. Strikes out Harper, strikeout number 8.
Yeah, same pitch he struck Schwarber out on. It just kind of that pitch. Guys gear up for 98 to 100. And one thing for Shohei is he's locating that curveball tonight. It's first strike, and he is in a groove right now.
Alec Bohm. First ball swinging. Lazy fly ball to shallow right. Teoscar Hernandez puts it away for out number 2.
I go back for a second, BA, and talk about to kind of end that last inning when I was saying Robertson had Muncy 3-0. That 3-0 and 3-1 to Muncy were a good 6 inches in. And part of this game, right, is being able to pass that baton to the next guy. And, you know, Muncy has had some huge hits in his postseason, but if they're not going to give you anything, you can't force the issue. And once Robertson got back on that count 3-2, then he dropped the knuckle curve on him right there. And look, I know Pages is struggling. He's had a great year, and I said it. He's hitting .319 with runners in scoring position. So it's a huge stop for the Phillies there.
That was the next guy up. And it was nothing but cutters and curves from David Robertson. I thought with a base open at first, he might have been just kind of working around him here, but this was the...
He was. Even that was a ball if he lets that go. So he really threw him 6 balls. And again, this is one of those things. Muncy usually starting all the time, right? And you wonder, you talk about his pinch hit numbers coming in like that.
One ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Marsh.
Thinking ahead now with Topper a little bit. You got to wonder if you're going to see Strom warm up at some part. You got the 2 righties and Pages and Smith, and then of course flips back over to Ohtani.
Again, Ohtani can come out of the game as the pitcher, but remain in the game in the DH spot. So it's all a pitching decision here for Dave Roberts. Ohtani's been lights out since that 3-run 2nd inning. Now it's a 3-2 count. He got ahead of Marsh. Marsh has fought his way back. JT Realmuto with a 2 RBI triple in the 2nd. He's due up next. 2 outs. And Ohtani goes back to the hook. He strikes out Brandon Marsh. 3 up, 3 down, 9 Ks for Shohei Ohtani. What a performance from the game's greatest player. Phillies lead at 3-2. We go to the 7th.
That pitch bad.
Stuck the landing, made it look good.
Close. I don't think I'd take that pitch again if I was Pages.
Count is full. And a hot shot through for a base hit. Dodgers put their leadoff man aboard. Pages with a single, a 2-strike hit. And the Dodgers have a man on to start this 7th inning as we send it down to Lauren.
And Brian, I'm by the Dodgers dugout. Dave Roberts just mouthed the words, "Where's Shohei?" Went down to talk to him and said he's done.
He's done on the mound?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Down putting his batting gloves on.
Yeah, he ain't totally done, Lauren, but his night on the mound is done, as you can see. We talked about Tyler Glasnow, and Dave Roberts told us he feels great. Even though he's never really done it, he trusts his big fella to come out of that pen. And quite frankly, BA's got to get some work, right?
It has not pitched in a while, and there is a scenario if he dominates. Dave Roberts said he'd have no problem letting him finish a game. You could be looking at a true piggyback where you have one starter piggyback off another. Phillies would certainly have something to say about that. All indications is that Glasnow would be the Game 4 starter. That's not been stated officially, but he's hot in the bullpen tonight, and he's about to enter into this one.
Man, we talked about the problems with the Dodgers in that bullpen this year, BA. Most innings also pitched in the regular season in all of baseball, so you have a weapon like Tyler Glasnow, you can see he's going to use it.
Will Smith with a runner at first. Second at bat for Smith. And that clipped him, I think. Got him on the elbow. Sure did. So Smith is hit by a pitch. David Robertson comes back out to start the seventh. Gives up a single and a hit batter.
I mean, just another one we've seen. Good job by Will Smith, just kind of putting your arm down and knowing who you got coming up behind you, knowing you get first and second. Now Dodgers have something cooking.
And Rob Thompson's going to take the ball from Robertson. He'll bring on his lefty. Matt Strahm will match up against Shohei Ohtani. Fire is burning hot right now. Dodgers down a run, but threatening with nobody out in the seventh. Big today, and then Game 2 Tigers-Mariners tomorrow. Those are all on FS1. Matt Strahm enters the fray to face Shohei Ohtani here with nobody out and 2 men aboard. Ohtani has struck out 3 times tonight. And based on Lauren's report, he is done on the mound. Closed the book at 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. He struck out 9.
You know, Strahm's had a great year, but has not inherited a lot of runners this year. Only 8. 2 have scored. Has been mostly coming into start innings for Rob Thompson.
3-2 Phillies lead it. And Ohtani, ground ball foul. Ohtani finished his night on the mound, retiring 15 of 17 batters. At one point, it retired 10 in a row after the 3-run second inning. Glasnow is ready. Phillies will have the bottom of their order coming up. 6, 7, 8. Pajes at second, Smith at first, a single and a hit batter. And a called strike 3. He caught Ohtani guessing again. Fastball down the heart, out number 1.
What a job by Strahm. You talk about coming into the fire right here. First and second facing Ohtani. And you can see just misses right there. Of course, gets the foul ball on this pitch. Ohtani goes in right there on him and then paints him. Third time looking on a fastball tonight for Ohtani. 4 strikeouts for Shohei.
Big out that is. And now it is Mookie Betts who takes a strike on the edge. Strahm's gotten some big outs in the postseason for the Phillies.
Because of that slider, kind of reverse split guy. Lefty's hitting about 40 points higher than right-handed hitters.
Remember, he closed out a division series against Atlanta a couple of years ago. 1-1. Mookie Betts. He's been a hot hitter. 26 RBIs his last 26 games. That includes the 2 postseason games. Hit over 320 in his last 50. Back to the normal Mookie Betts. Philly set up to turn 2. And Betts got in on his hands, and it's 1-2 now.
Oscar Hernandez on deck. 3 strikeouts for him tonight against Sanchez. You know, he wants a chance at redeeming himself.
2 men aboard with 1 away. And Betts line drive hooking foul in the seats. Count is 2-2 now on Mookie Betts.
Mookie caught this slider out front. A little too much, hit it hard, but hooked it.
Not many guys who could hit 20 homers and drive in 82 and call it a lost season.
Right.
That's Mookie Betts. High expectations, former MVP. Matt Strahm ready to go, 2-2, way outside. Count is full now.
Even through that down season, there'll be a 295 with runners in scoring position for Mookie. Still continues to get the big hits for the Dodgers when they need it.
That's 6 of them in the wild card round in 2 games. 3-2 with 1 out. Here comes Strahm. Jammed him. Pop up. And Bohm, infield fly rule is the call. Bohm squeezes it anyway. Runners at their own risk. And it is a huge second out for Strahm. They play ball as baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org. Follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
And what a pitch by Strahm. 3-2, here you go, right? Here's your fastball. Got the pop-up.
Teoscar Hernandez with 2 outs now. Tying run at second base. Go ahead, run at first in Smith. They'll be on the run with a crack of the bat here with 2 outs. Hernandez, a high fly ball deep into right center. Got some barrel on that one. It's got some carry, and it is gone! Teoscar Hernandez! A 3-run home run in the 7th inning. He has flipped the scoreboard. 5-3 Dodgers.
Strahm had almost escaped the jam. Was able to get Ohtani with the strikeout, able to get Betts to fly out. Teoscar Hernandez, that we talked about, 2 home runs in game 1 of that wild card. 1-0 fastball and shoots it to right center. Come into him with a short porch in left field.
(2-0). Pretty good bet. The Dodgers are going to see Duran in the ninth no matter what. Phillies have been off. Second best record in the NL. They got the bye. Day off tomorrow. And the Phillies closer figures to be entering this game regardless in the 9th inning. And now the Dodgers want to give Glasnow a breather. Vesia. Second time he has warmed up in this game.
Bohm, 2-out runner in scoring position this year. 298. It's been really good for the Phillies.
Two outs, runners at first and third, and a hitter's count for Bohm. Glasnow deals. Bohm takes a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Brandon Marsh due next. Been a hot hitter, Bohm and Marsh. And swinging the bat well down the finish line of the regular season. Taking all the way 3-0. And now a moment of truth here for Glasnow. Marsh due up next. Vesia, the lefty, ready in the Dodger bullpen. Could be Glasnow's last batter. Big pitch, 3-1 the count on Bohm. And he takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded. A 2-out single by Harper, a 2-out walk by Bohm, and the Phillies have him loaded for Brandon Marsh. Eighth inning was a trouble inning for the Dodgers in the wild card series, even though they swept the Reds. Getting to the finish line for Dave Roberts is a concern.
Yeah, and it's interesting, B.A. You're going to have Vesia coming to this game, and Marsh has been great in the second half, but if you're Thompson, do you let Marsh hit? You go to Sosa on the bench. Sosa's hitting over 300 against lefties, so a lot of action coming up.
It's also where the injury to Bader comes into play here. They're short on that bench. Glass now is out. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th. Pitching change. Division Series, it's presented by Booking.com. Wheels are in motion. Alex Vesia, trusted left-hander for Dave Roberts. He enters this game with the bases loaded behind him. There are 2 outs. And Rob Thompson will counter with a very good right-handed hitter against lefties in Edmundo Sosa.
Look, Marsh hitting a .197 this year, even though he's been hot. Sosa, .318, and this is why you love postseason baseball at the end of the day, B.A. All these great superstars, and right now, Edmund Sosa getting the biggest bat of the night for the Phillies, as Mark Pryor's going to come out now and give the old scouting report.
Interesting, comes out after the warm-ups. Almost icing the kicker. What a scene here at Citizens Bank Park, and what a game 1. First plate appearance of the game with the bases loaded for either team.
Well, something to keep an eye on. Look, Vesia likes that fastball. He throws it a lot, and Sosa, a .282 hitter off that fastball. See if he looks for something early in the count to try to tie this ball game up.
Sosa's been playing a lot. Trey Turner's been injured. He's been in a platoon with Stott at second base. So he's had a lot of regular at-bats leading up to this postseason. Here we go. Vesia against Sosa. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. First ball swinging, fouls it away. Sosa as a pinch hitter this year, just 1 for 9. At 5 strikeouts, not something he does often. Career pinch hitting numbers, .155 batting average. Phillies down 2. Vesia deals. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We saw in the wild card game against the Reds, when Vesia kind of gets juiced up sometimes, that fastball tends to be up in the zone. You've seen the first 2. Even the first one, Sosa fouled off top of the strike zone.
Fly ball, center field, got jammed a little, and it'll be a routine play. Pages puts it away, and Alex Vesia delivers in the clutch. The Phillies strand, the bases loaded. Still 5-3 Dodgers. We go to the 9th in Philadelphia.
Coming at you. I think one of the reasons the Phillies felt comfortable and confident going in this postseason, BA, was they felt like they had a guy at the back end that could put out the fire and close games.
And down, strikes out Will Smith. Back-to-back Ks. Will Smith 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in his return. Likely to see him on Monday night. Roki Sasaki. He's emerged as the Dodger closer, and he is preparing for the 9th inning. Ohtani squares.
Oh, gosh.
Say that was 100 miles an hour, by the way. And home plate umpire Nestor Ceja. Real Muto is
got crossed up too.
Can we check the pitch comm system? This is right off the shoulder of Ceja. At 100.
He's going to feel that one tonight.
Took it like a champ.
Did you see Real Muto's face? He's talking to Ohtani.
Nestor in his second postseason.
We also saw Ohtani square.
He did, and pull the bat back. I don't think he had the intention of punting, but at least he wanted to show it.
I know one thing, Shohei has 4 strikeouts tonight. Never had 5 in a game.
Yes.
That's a real special club.
But he did pitch 6 innings and struck out 9,
he
so
did.
It's almost acceptable when a pitcher strikes out 4 times. He's no ordinary pitcher or hitter. Takes his time out. Batters get 1. I'll be eager to talk to Dave Roberts, ask him if he had plans to let Glasnow finish had he gone through the lineup. Doesn't have that option now. Glasnow struggled. Vesia comes on to get the fly ball out to center with the bases loaded.
Now, as good as Sasaki looked the other night, the thing we talked about was coming into this atmosphere and this crowd, how he would handle it, and we're going to find out in a minute.
He's been a big star in Japan, following in the footsteps of Shohei Ohtani. Matter of fact, Sasaki broke Ohtani's fastball velocity record at the high school level. In Japan, high school baseball is akin to March Madness here in the States. Huge tournament as Ohtani draws the walk to avoid that 5th strikeout. And that'll bring up Mookie Betts.
Shortstop Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is 0 for 4 tonight. 9th inning, Phillies coming up. Dodgers lead it 5-3, and Roki Sasaki with his first Major League save opportunity. It comes in Game 1 of a division series. JT Realmuto leads off.
Again, you wonder, he was outstanding the other night in LA to close out that series. 1 inning, only 11 pitches, 2 Ks. But we talked about this, that electric fastball and split.
Dodgers tied up their outfield defense. Hernandez is out. Teoscar. Justin Dean in the center. That moves Pages to right. Teoscar Hernandez, a 3-run game-changing home run. Put the Dodgers in front in the 7th. Realmuto, a 2 RBI triple tonight. Sasaki, it is a gamble, but his stuff is off the charts. He returned the 3rd week of September. He missed 4.5 months with a shoulder injury. A couple of scoreless appearances out of the bullpen in the final week of the regular season. And then he pitched the 9th in Game 2. Never pitched in relief before this September. And a called strike 3. Dropped the splitter on him. Realmuto strikes out. And out number 1 for Sasaki here in the 9th.
Yeah, watch this splitter, BA. Just tumbles right over, and you can see that Realmuto gave up on it. I think he even said, wow. It's almost like that big 12-6 curveball. You give up on it and got him looking.
100-mile-an-hour fastball from Sasaki to get ahead of Max Kepler. Dodgers have this sellout crowd quiet here at Citizens Bank Park. All those questions about the Dodger bullpen. And it got a little dicey in the 8th with the bases loaded and 2 outs. There's a line drive that is going to get down fair. Max Kepler on his way to second. Belly flop, he is in there. A risky play by Kepler, but he makes it. And it's a 1-out double here in the 9th.
Now this was a split that again just tumbled, and Kepler, even though he's out in front, strong enough to just kind of hook the ball right here down the line. And you said it, man. You think double all the way, but what a throw by Pages right here, man. Put it on the money, and Kepler, good job sliding in, keeping that hand on by base cam.
Pages has one of the great throwing arms in the game. Kepler is in there. Nick Castellanos is the tying run. First ball swinging, bouncer to second base. Miguel Rojas makes a play. Over to third goes Kepler, and the Phillies are down to their last out. And it's going to be Bryson Stott. That familiar walk-up song playing, A-OK.
Yep. I don't know, these fans are feeling okay right now.
2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Dodgers 5-3. Stott takes a strike. What a story this would be if the Dodgers had found their closer. Count evens in a ball and a strike. Just 23 years of age. One ball, one strike. Stott pops this one up. This could do it. Over is Muncy into foul grounds. And the Los Angeles Dodgers with a comeback win. Snatch back game 1 and go up 1-0 in this best-of-5. Teoscar Hernandez with a game-changing 3-run homer in the 7th. Dodgers win game 1, 5-3.
Now, we talked about this Dodgers bullpen, and Dave Roberts told us before the game he wanted his high-leverage guys. What did they do tonight, Brian? They had Ohtani. They went to Glasnow. They got 1 out from Vesia, and they got their closer, Sasaki, to come in and get the big out. And so he got his high-leverage guys. And for the Phillies, they went up 3-0, but were not able to add on. And I'll tell you what, this was quite the game 1.
Back and forth, the team that had the most comeback wins in the National League this year. The Dodgers are shaking hands here at Citizens Bank Park. Sasaki earns his first save in his first chance. And an incredible story developing with the Dodgers in Roki Sasaki anchoring down that bullpen, and to come into Citizens Bank Park and notch his first save. How impressive. Ohtani went 6 innings. He struck out 9, gave up 3 earned runs. Star of the game is Teoscar Hernandez. He's standing by with Lauren Shahadi.
Teo, congratulations. This is the lefty